Hi everyone, it's Sue and thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to do some little pieces that can be used for journaling cards or on the front of a gift card or just as an art journal page. They were inspired by some work in the Somerset Studio Magazine, which is not a new one. It's August, September, October 2020, which I do subscribe to, although to be honest, out of last year, I only received 2. Now I'm putting that down to the whole COVID mail issue. So I'm really hoping that they will start to come in now that our mail is sort of a little bit more regular. Because I really do like these, and there's so much inspiration in these magazines. So what I've done is I was flicking through and I'm looking at these particular ones here. They're by Chris Tesnier, and she titles it Little Compositions. Now when I was looking at them, I thought, oh my gosh, that's a perfect way of using my handmade paper, and I made a whole stack of it not long ago and I actually haven't done anything with it. So I thought, perfect opportunity to use some of it. So this is her example, so I'll just show you. She's got one here, and basically she uses, I think that's, I think they're gel pens or ink pens, and then it's the handmade paper, and she's got some white gel pen doodling on it. So that's that one, and there's a couple more examples here. So you can see she's also used some different paper in the background as well, which are just different bits of paper scraps that she has. But when I saw them, I love the whole, just this layering onto the handmade paper. So what I did is I grabbed my handmade paper, which I'll just give you a quick flick. This one here, when I made it, I used one of those plastic tablecloths and pressed it into it, so it kind of gave it a little bit of a texture. You can just make out the sort of designs, the squares. You've got a square with a little flowery design. So that was that one. That's another one. This is just plain, and these were made on plastic lids because I ran out of the boards that come with the kit. So you can see there's a little knobbly bit which is the on the lid itself, which gives you also that I don't know whether you'll be able to pick it up, but it's got a texture on there. So there's quite a few of those. There you may see that one's got a bit of glitter in it. You may see it, I don't know, I didn't put much. Sort of a more rougher, probably this one was probably my first one. The first one's always a lot thicker until I sort of get used to making them. So they sort of, there's a few thicker ones and then they get thinner as I get better at it. It's another one that shows the plastic tablecloth a bit better. So I've got quite a few to use, all slightly different. Another one that was a pretty rough one. Some of them, look, they're good for textured paper. I don't know how well they go. They're not very good to fold. They do split. And I'm going to work on that next time I do some. I have a couple of ideas which I'm going to have a try out. If they work, I'll certainly share them, but I'll give it a try first. Okay, so they are my handmade papers. Now I have had a little bit of a play, and I've made a couple. This was the first one, and I did use, I'll just scoot it across a bit, my little gel plate. And some acrylic paint for the print, and that was just there was nothing on it, just the paint rolled on with the little roller. And we've got some sari silk or seam binding, a butterfly image, and I did sew it, just hand stitched it onto the handmade paper, and of course then I added just a little bit of a thing just to give it that square look. So that was my first one. I absolutely love that. Purple's my favourite colour anyway, but I just really liked how that worked, and I found, to me, the perfect butterfly that went in with the colouring. So I was really happy with that one. There's this one, probably need something here. I think maybe a sentiment or something. So I might find one that's just a little bunch of paper flowers and some lace. And this one, I just did some sewing. Did the sewing, sewed it onto the handmade paper and then glued it onto the page. And I just did a stamp. That's a stamp. And a little bit of sari silk there. So that's my interpretation of what I saw in the magazine. So what I thought I would do is give it a try now using just some black cardstock that can be made into, as I said, journaling cards or something similar. So to start with, I've chosen some colours. Now, excuse my gel plate, it unfortunately, because it's really hot here at the moment, when I did this yesterday, the paint was just drying on there quicker than I can use it, which is why I kind of gave up yesterday. So it's early in the morning today, so I'm hoping that it won't dry as quick. As you can see, it's sort of really quite dried on there. And I've tried to wash it, so I'm hoping that you're not supposed to do too much washing of them. It's supposed to come off as you do more prints. So I'm hoping it will. But anyway, what I've got is I've got a couple of colours and I thought I'd experiment. I've got this Bora Bora, which is a nice light blue. This brand is, I think it's Bryant Art Store's own brand. It's not too bad. It's quite a chalky light acrylic. I've got a Dina Wakley Magenta for something bright, and I thought I'd go with some different colours. This is the Cheddar, the Dina Wakley Cheddar, and the Sedona. So some different colours I thought I would try. Hopefully they'll look alright together. I do also have my little spray bottle and of course my roller. Now the thing is not to put too much paint, I've discovered, on the gel plate, and my Dina Wakley paints are running low. A little bit of this one. So not too much paint at all, and I kind of want this one to be the more dominant colour, so harder to get a small amount with a bigger bottle. Alright, let's have a look. A little bit of water because the paints are thick and it is quite warm here, so hopefully, probably a little bit too much water there, but that's okay. We get a nice sort of pattern to it. Okay, so it's a nice sort of sunsetty colour maybe, or a not Halloween, autumn shades. So just get rid of the excess paint there. Now, some of my paper. Now I've found that it's easier to use the smoother side. You get much a better print. While I remember, I do have this, I think it's a Carabella Studio gel. I'm not sure what you call them. It's like a stamp, I guess, that you can stamp on, which is what was on the original thing. Now I've also found these, which are pot trivets, I think they are. This one was from either Kmart or Big W here in Australia. You can get different, there is a square design as well, and they are absolutely brilliant for this, I've found. They're great for stamping too. You get just a really nice subtle background. Let me see if I can. Unfortunately, I've just realised it still had a bit of the leftover from the other day. So there we go. I'll just show you that. That's the stamping that it does. Alright, before this dries, I better... Okay. Okay, so that's that, which is quite a nice sort of colour combination actually. Don't mind that at all, and I'm not sure, but you might just be able to make out the hexagon pattern. And of course you can do a second one over the top. Quite often I don't. I kind of like maybe to stamp over it. I find sometimes when I do double layers I tend to ruin it, or what I consider a spoil it. Now I might just Okay, yep, it seems alright. So I'm going to try that again with maybe a little bit more blue. A little bit of water. Okay, probably again just a little bit too much water. Okay, just thinking I might just add a tiny bit more blue because I want a little bit more blue on the top. Now I've got paint all over me. Okay. Alright, let's have a go at that one. Okay, so that's that one, and I might just use up the rest of the paint on the edges here. Okay, so I'll let that dry and we'll see what we can do with it. Now I might just do a couple more just using the pink. So I'm thinking the pink, the cheddar and the Bora Bora, that might be an interesting combination. I might go a bit more heavier on the pink, I think. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that looks quite nice. Just move it over a little bit. There we go. Alright, and we might, where's that mask gone? There it is. Might just, and what you can do with this, of course, let's just pop it onto that one. Okay, didn't do too much, just gave it a little bit of texture. So we'll just leave that there. Okay, actually I might just do a little bit down here. Okay, out. New paper. Let's give it a go. Might do it this way actually. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? I really do like that one actually. Really like that one. That colour combination works well. Alright, let's just use a little bit more to finish up this space and then we will see what we can do. Let's try this one. This one might be a bit strong, I think. So we might just do a tiny little dab. You can also paint the paint onto the gel plate as well. That because that way you get a little bit more control over where the colours go. That works quite nice as well. But I think the trick is to use minimal paint, a nice light coating of paint. Okay, I'll just use this one. Where can I pop that on? Just this way. Okay, let's see how we go with this. Okay, that one there, not quite as nice, I don't think. Not bad, but not as nice, not as bright. Okay, let's just use up the rest of that paint. Okay. Alright, let me just use up any extra paint that's on there. Alright, okay. Now I'm just going to spray this with water and let it just sit there, and hopefully it won't dry out before I get a chance to wash it. So we'll just move those out of the way. Alright, okay, so now let's have a look. So I'm thinking I'd like a piece of this, and I'm just going to tear it. Okay. Now we do need a second piece for the background, so just deciding which side to actually use. Quite like that side. Okay, so I'm thinking I'll take it to about there. And all these little pieces here, they can be used as well. So I'm thinking that can sit there like that. And because that to me is a little bit too square, I'm just going to just sort of tear a few sides. Okay. Okay, so that would be that. Then of course what I did was with the other ones I used a focal image, but we can also use just some bits and pieces too. What else have I got? Some corrugated card might be interesting actually. Yeah, I don't mind that. How can I sort of rip it up a little bit more? Maybe that. No, I think I liked it better that way. And it's just a matter of fiddling with what you've got. No, actually. Maybe that way. Nope. Like it that way. So yeah, as I said, a matter of fiddling with the materials you've got to see what you can do. Okay, yeah, I quite like that. Now because there's not a lot of space, I might just make it just a little bit shorter so that I can do a little bit of doodling on the side. So just tear that little bit off, just a smidgen. Okay, that might be better. Yep. Okay, now I'm using craft glue because I found that sticks the homemade paper better. And as I said, you know, these could be used, and I might just distress the edge, these could be used as, you know, little embellishments on cards or in journals or as a journaling card itself. You know, I think it sort of just adds a little bit of, I don't know, something different. No, I think it was better that way. And look, you could sew that as well. Actually, a line of zigzag stitch down there might make it be quite good. I might do that. So I might just stop the camera and do that and come back. Alright, so I've just, I did 2 rows. First row, not so great, but look, it doesn't really matter. It's sort of supposed to be rustic. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down, and then for me, I like to have a focal image or something that draws your eye. So now this of course could be to do with the theme of your journal if you're going to use it in a journal. I'm not sure what mine will be, so I'm going to be fairly neutral and pick a butterfly or something. Let's have a look. There's a nice orange one. Maybe it doesn't quite stand out as much. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a nice one. Let's just take them all out, shall we? Okay. Now this one here, I like to have something that has similar colours but still stands out. That's not bad. Don't mind that one. Here's a lot brighter. No, don't like that one. Here's a smaller one. It's not too bad, but it still doesn't stand out as much as this one. It's this one. It's an interesting... No, I don't like that. And if you put a blue, to me, I don't like to me, if you're after a contrast, then yes, but for me, I prefer them to tone better. No. Let's have a look. Here's a brownie one. No, I still think this one seems to do it. Oh, what about this one? That one's not bad either. Okay, let me have a look. I think I like this one. It just picks up the colour there, but it's not the same as this colour. Whereas this one sort of picks up this colour. Yeah, I think I like it, and I think I like it there. Yep, okay, I'm going to go with that. So I'll just move those out of the way. Alright, and we'll just pop, I might distress the edges. Okay. Alright, I'm not covering the whole thing because I don't mind if the wings sort of pop up a little bit. Okay, so that's that. Now, the white gel pen. With this one, there's not a lot of room, so I'm actually thinking maybe just a little bit here, and I'm thinking maybe zigzag lines to pick up the zigzag in there. So, actually that's not the best one. It's this one. This one's a better one. This is my, it's a Signo pigment ink Uniball. I really like these. Okay, so just... Okay, so what I've tried to do is sort of level that off a little bit. And it needs something else, so it might have to have some dots, I think. So, quite simple, that one. I mean, you could add more, obviously, if you wanted. But I prefer not to add too much, I think. So yep, that's that one. I'm happy with that one. So I might quickly do one more. I love this pink here, so I'm thinking definitely use that. I'm just looking, I can see a butterfly here that's got pink, but it might be too dark. So we might not be using a butterfly. It might be flowers or something for this one, but we'll see. Alright, let's have a look. Let's just tear a smaller piece, and I'm thinking a bit smaller than that one might be good because we can add more to the background. piece of this one. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, the measurements or anything like that. I think the more random it is, the better to some degree. It doesn't even have to be center on the thing, it can be further up, which I might actually do that. Let's just make these a little bit less rigid. Okay. Okay. Now, let me see, what else can we use? What have I got in my scrap box here? Got some coffee dyed paper. It's not too bad. What else is there? Use the corrugated, so I'd rather not use that. And I was thinking, if you don't have handmade paper, you could use watercolour paper as well. But this one's from one of the, it's a cheap one. I think it's a Montmartre one. It's a little bit on the cheap side. So it's kind of less, it's more textured, I guess. So you could possibly get away with using that too. Okay, there's a bit of book text there. Let's have a look. Okay. Something like so. Okay, quite like that. Obviously this to me is too long, but I quite like the way it actually protrudes over the white, but it's still too long. So if I take maybe that much off, now it's not quite long enough. Let's have a look. So that, quite like that. Where's that butterfly? Don't mind that, because you've got the dark from the background, which sort of is this, the darkness of it. You've got the pink coming in there, and I think if I put a black distressed edge, inked edge around that, that would also give it a little bit too. I think I like that. And I'm not going to sew this one. Where's my black ink? So what I'm thinking, yeah, I quite like that. Yep, I think I will go with that. I could actually put distressed ink around the edge of this one too. Alright, let's do it. Hopefully it'll look okay. Just a little bit. Okay, let's have a look. Yep, and I think the butterfly, of course. Yep, I like that. Okay, let's quickly glue it together. Now I did have it a little bit further up. I want to leave room for a little bit of the white gel pen as well. Now of course you can add some lace and some ribbon, whatever you sort of like, I guess. It's unlimited. I am hoping to actually make another video using more vintagey colours, because I'd like to do some vintage ones. Actually, to be honest, I have so many ideas that I could use this for. Okay. And let me see the pen. Alright. I'm thinking I might just put some dots here. Maybe some, because there's like swirlies in there, I'm thinking maybe some little swirls. Or maybe some bigger swirls. Okay, I think something here would be nice. Maybe we'll just do some tinier dots. Okay, got to stop. Alright, I think I like that, actually. Okay, so that's that one as well. And as I said, you know, you could use that as a face for your a card, and you could put a little sentiment maybe there, you know, keep smiling or something like that. Or a journaling card, you could add just a little bit of paper on the back for journaling. Just bearing in mind, if you're going to use it for journaling on, then you wouldn't want too much on the front because it makes it too thick to write on, obviously. But yeah, I think they look really nice. Just something else to use up some of your stash. Now the other thing is, if you don't have a gel plate, you can actually still put paint on your paper. I'm just trying to find one that I can show you. That's, you know, you could still do a similar sort of thing by just rolling, paint onto your paper like that. You know, that still would be nice, and you could put it, maybe stamp over that or something. That gives you, you know, an option if you don't have a gel plate. Possibly also you could use acetate, put the paint on the acetate and just press it. Same with the distress inks. So many ideas. For me, it was just a way that I could actually use up, you know, some of this my handmade paper. Alright, I might stop there. I will do a couple more and put them on the end of the video. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's sort of given you some ideas. And as I said, you know, the Somerset magazine is full of just things. You know, just full of little examples that you can spring ideas from. I think that's about all. I hope everybody is really well. And wherever you are, you're getting a lot of crafting in, using the time if you're in lockdown to do some crafting and just spend me time, just me time. And even, look, if you've got kids or grandkids, get them involved as well. I'm sure they'd love to roll some paint on a gel plate. Or even some butcher's paper. Get a huge piece of butcher's paper, let them roll it on, they'll love it. Alright, best stop rambling. Thank you very much once again for joining me. I hope you got something out of that, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.